This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die! And these shields, boys! Remember this day, man, for it will be yours for all time!
Spartans! Lay down your weapons!
Persians! Come and get them!
Hi, I'm Walker. Welcome to Walker Wisdom, the home and main channel of the Walker Wisdom Show. And now, it's showtime. Long awaited. 300 subscribers. Now, this video is absolutely, as I said, long awaited. There's been many times, many people, many situations where I've been confronted about my celebration of 300 subscribers. But why am I celebrating it? Why, even though I'm nearly 30 over, why am I still celebrating the 300? Well, one, you guys deserve it with my long time off. But two, there is a lesson that needs to be taught. The Battle of Thermopylae. Let me set the scene. It's 480 BCE. And the Persian king Xerxes, who's led an army of 150,000 men, seeking to expand his empire with his eyes on Greece. In his way was a meager but vigorous force of 300 men led by King Leonidas of Sparta. As 300 Spartans were prepared to go off and leave their families, their mothers and wives had simply told them to come back with their shields or on it. So whether they live or to die, do it with honor. As the days build, Leonidas strategically plans to narrow their army through a valley in order to take away their ambush tactics and beat them at their own game. As they stand there, a messenger then arrives, sent by Xerxes, asking them to surrender and to give over his small army of 300 men, or else they'll take them. Leonidas responds, "Come and take them." Xerxes repeatedly threatened that there'll be so many arrows they would block out the sun. The Spartans only had one response. They will fight in the shade. And so they did. Sword after sword, army after army. Victorious slay versus victorious slay. The numbers start to become obvious. It was a 300 to 10,000 wager of war. Yet they fought as if they were much, much bigger. Now, I'm the last one to talk about numbers unless it comes to calories, or how much of this I'm eating, or how many of this, if it's bodybuilding lure. But if it's not that, I'm not one to care about numbers. I'm not a math whiz. But anybody in the right mind can easily tell you that 300 men cannot take on 10,000 men. In the movie 300, the way Leonidas is portrayed is almost as if he's a 20-year-old man in his prime. But he's not. He's absolutely not. Nearly 60 years old, going over. As he stands there with his army to fight against 10,000 men. A man who's willing to lay down his life and say, with these 300 men, I'm willing to fight in a battle that I know I may not win. A man worth that much respect, who goes off to fight an army beside his soldiers that he knows he may not win, is a man who deserves respect and deserves leadership. There's a connection, though. I am no way, shape, or form saying that my feats are close to Leonidas's. But I am definitely hitting the comparison. And know that in no way, shape, or form is an ego thing. I'm saying the comparison is this. Numbers. If nearly 300 men can fend off a Persian army of 10,000 and nearly kill less than half, what does that tell you? 300 to 10,000. That is 3%. 0.3%. 0.333. Depending on however you look at it, whatever expansion you use, it is 300 versus 10,000. And the sad truth is, yes, they did die. They died as Leonidas stood there, as the enemy betrayed their defense, sat them in a hole and surrounded them. And as they did that, they killed him. All of them. My point is this. Through many times in history, a small group has still conquered. And even though they did not win, they're still victorious. How? How, Walker? They died. They are victorious in a way that the Persian army and Xerxes will not be. They were willing to do what they had to do to get done what had to get done. And still fought them. Knowing that they may not come out victorious, they still fought them. My point is this. I stand here in front of 300 people as it slowly builds to 400, to 500, soon being 1,000. As it slowly builds, I want people to keep in mind the small numbers. We don't need big numbers to conquer. As long as you are willing to do what they did and fight for what you want, you will win in the end. Because people will remember the dedication you put towards it.